What's up, y'all? OpenAI just dropped multiple bombs during their dev day on October 6th. This is their official dev day page, and there's a ton. But what we're going to focus on today is apps inside of ChatGPT. This is everything that they announced on October 6th. That's yesterday. I'm recording this video on October 7th. So we're going to look at all the apps inside ChatGPT and how they work. But they also announced Agent Kit, which allows you to create workflows and deploy them inside of your own apps. Sora 2 is now available inside the API. And then further down here, there's Codec, which was always there, but now it's deeper integration with Slack, GPT-5 Pro available in the API, and then GPT Real-Time Mini, which is 70% less cost for voice. And then finally, GPT Image 1 Mini, which is 80% less expensive than their large image model. What we're going to focus on is the apps inside ChatGPT. You can watch the full video on their developer day, but essentially these are the apps that they have launched, which is Booking.com to make bookings, Canva, Coursera, Expedia, Figma, Spotify, and Zillow. With that, let's head over to ChatGPT to show you how this works. All right, I'm inside of my ChatGPT account. If you haven't already done this, you can do this on mobile or desktop. Just click on your name in the bottom left corner, click on settings, and then go to apps and connectors. And here you'll be able to connect all of these apps right inside of your ChatGPT account. You can see I have all of them connected. And once you have connected, let's go and have some fun with it. Once you have connected the apps, don't forget to refresh your browser window to see all those apps inside your ChatGPT UI. And there are a couple of ways to go about getting those apps invoked. First, you can hit the plus button here, go to more and choose a specific app, or you can just hit the @ symbol and call that app. So in this case, Coursera. And how this works is it provides you with a rich context window right inside of your ChatGPT experience. So I'm going to give my prompt here and show you how this works. So my prompt is teach me about advanced prompting when it comes to LLMs. This prompt is now going to be sent to Coursera, and then this is how I get the result back. Now you can see it's also bringing back examples, but in some cases I've also seen it bring back videos. Now of course, because this is demo time, it's not showing me a video. So I'm going to pick a different topic and see if I can get that video to be embedded inside of ChatGPT. So my next prompt is now show me a video about how LLMs work. So now it says connecting to app. It's going to go to Coursera, probably pick the top rated video and bring it back. Here's a 4-minute, 32-second video that I can watch right inside of ChatGPT, and I can just hit play. And then here I can see the enroll button. So this is going to show me a snippet of the video. And then from here, if I want to enroll in that course, I can simply click on enroll for free. It'll pop open a new window, and from here I can enroll in the course. What's cool here is if you look in the address bar, you will see that the source is ChatGPT and the medium is widget. So they're already tracking how much usage these widgets are going to generate within the ChatGPT app. And then further down here, you can see that there is also a link to explore the full course, which will again bring me back to that exact same course. And here I can see that the source and the medium is also visible. All right, so that was for our Coursera. Now I have some other examples to show you. The next one I want to show you is Canva. Now the concepts are pretty similar. So you will go in here in your chat window and mention the app that you're trying to connect, similar to how you would do when you're invoking a custom GPT. And here what I said is convert this into a slide deck. This was a very wordy document about the creator economy. And what I got out of it is this slide deck created in Canva. So you can see there are 5 different slides, all created for me in my Canva account, and I can simply hit open in Canva, and this will now allow me to further edit this slide right inside Canva. But I got that first draft inside of ChatGPT. Now further down here, I also asked it to make a Halloween flyer for an upcoming Halloween party at the community center on October 30th. Theme is charcuterie boards for food and dress in your favorite 80s costumes, and it gave me 4 different options to choose from. So here's my flyer. This is the front and the back of the flyer, and let's open it in Canva so I can show you the detail, right? Based on my prompt, you can see community center, also the date October 30th. Now it did not give it a day, but it automatically added Thursday, October 30th, which was pretty cool. And I didn't give it a time, so it automatically added 10 p.m. And that was my bad on not giving it a specific time. And then further down here, we have our charcuterie board for the food and then dress up, but it didn't mention the 80s theme on the dress up here. However, you can see that there is 80 written here in this image. So it's adhering to the prompt, and then within ChatGPT, what you also do is give it a follow-up prompt to edit this flyer further. And then similarly, we have a few more designs here. And then I said, make this more neon. And at that point, it said, okay, let's just go and edit this inside of Canva. So I can open it and then make it more neon or whatever edits I need to make to that flyer. But what's cool is the first iteration is now happening inside of ChatGPT, and that is just mind-blowingly super powerful. So the other thing I did in Canva is I gave it a thumbnail prompt, and I wanted to see if that thumbnail can be designed right in Canva, because right now my process is that I get the thumbnail prompt by giving AI the context of my video. Then the thumbnail prompt I get out of ChatGPT, take it into Gemini using Nano Banana, generate it there, then bring it into Canva for editing. But now I can bring it right into Canva. So of the 4 thumbnails that I got, I like this one the best. So it looks like it defaults to about 4 designs, and I liked this one. And now I can hit open in Canva and then further edit my thumbnail and cut out a couple of those steps that I was originally doing. All right, so next one is Figma, and this allows me to create wireframes, diagrams right inside of Canva. Right inside of ChatGPT. So in this case, I've invoked the Figma app, and you can always add multiple apps. Obviously, those apps might clash with each other. So in this case, I'm going to simply use Figma and say, create an org structure chart for my fake SaaS company that has 200 employees. Now it should connect to Figma and just create an org structure for me. So here we go. Figma is being invoked. It's sending it that prompt. I have no clue what's happening in the back end. My guess is the prompt is then helping it design this diagram, and here we have it right in our browser, and I can zoom in and look at this. So let's look at the org structure. We have our CEO. Under that, we have our CRO, COO, CTO, and CPO, CFO. And then under those, we have a bunch of other people. And my guess is this is going to all add up to 100, hopefully. But one short prompt gives me the wireframe, gives me something to work with, and then I can open it in Figma to continue to make my edit. This next one was using Booking.com and Expedia together. So first, I asked it to find me a hotel room with 2 king beds in San Antonio, Texas for the Thanksgiving weekend, and my budget is $250 a night. So it found me a bunch of hotels, put 4 travelers in here. Because I said 2 king beds, it probably just assumed that there are 4 people, and then I can scroll through these cards and choose one of these hotels. If I click this link, it'll allow me to book that hotel right on Booking.com. So Booking.com and Expedia are the 2 integrations. There were a couple of glitches here, because then I updated my criteria and said, find me hotels that are family friendly, have free breakfast, close to the Alamo, with an indoor pool and something unique maybe for the kid, and it just couldn't find it. I said, okay, show me hotels regardless of the rate to loosen up the controls a bit. Still nothing. I kept trying, and then finally I gave up on Booking.com, tried Expedia, and then it started giving me some results on Expedia. So there are some apps that were a little hit or miss, but for the most part, they were working on my first try. Lastly, one of my favorite ones, Spotify. So Spotify has this functionality too, where you can create an AI playlist. But here my prompt was create a Halloween mix with songs from 70s and 80s. It created the mix, and then it further prompted me, hey, we have put together this playlist. You can open it in Spotify, but if you'd like, I can also refine it to a further decade, make it kid friendly, focus on a genre. Would you like me to fine tune in one of those directions? So let's give it a follow-up prompt and say, let's do all of it. Follow-up prompt is, let's do all of it, focus on the 2000s. Now for Spotify, I did have to log in so that I can import that playlist into my Spotify account. So that was just a one-time login thing. Now I have my spooky mix of 2000s playlist ready, and it's going to load all the tracks, and looks like there's 25-ish tracks in here. So again, I can click it, opens up in Spotify, and then I can see in the URL, the source is OpenAI, UTM is ChatGPT, and now I can just start playing it. Here we go. We have about 30 songs in this one. Then I had one spooky one for kids that also has 30 songs. So it looks like 30 seems to be the default of how many songs it'll add in an album. And there you have it. That were all the apps. Now, that being said, there is a lot more coming. With these new apps coming, you can see how easy this is going to make our lives. We have Target, DoorDash, Uber, Thumbtack, TripAdvisor, The Fork, Peloton, Instacart. Essentially, OpenAI and ChatGPT is becoming the everything app without having to recreate the wheel. So they are integrating all of these inside of ChatGPT. I'll be able to book a restaurant table. I'll be able to get my groceries through Instacart. I'll be able to personalize, right? I'll be able to say, hey, here's a chicken marsala recipe. All the ingredients from this recipe need to be added to my cart using Instacart, which is just genius. So it's headed in the direction where we should all be worried, grateful, thankful to be alive during this time where all this technology is at our fingertips. With that, thank you for watching. Don't forget, smash that subscribe button.